Welcome back to Star Wars Rebellion. We're playing as the Empire. We're massing lots of forces. We're trying to get rid of the rebel scum. So it's still in the middle of the turn, and so we're going to go over now back to the Rebel Alliance. They still have 3 missions it looks like they want to go on. We as the Empire also have 3 other missions, and we also have Darth Vader and Palpatine hiding in the wings, ready to stop the Rebel Alliance if we need to. Alright, let's go down to the Rebel Alliance area and see what they're going to try and do next. Alright, so it looks like the Rebel Alliance is going to be doing some mission with our Wookiee Chewbacca here. So let's have a look and see what they're up to. Oh dear, looks like the Wookiee is going on a hit and run mission. It says attempt in any system. If successful, destroy up to 2 health worth of units of your choice in this system. Alright, let's go find out where the Wookiee is trying to have this little hit and run guerrilla maneuver take place. Alright, so it looks like the Wookiee's off to Naboo to try and cause some problems. And we now have the option to try and stop him. It's a strength mission. We could send in Darth Vader. He's got 3 strength as well to try and foil this little hit and run. Or we can let the hit and run go and save Darth Vader and Palpatine for ship movements. And I think we're just going to go ahead and we're going to let the Wookiee have his fun. And they get to destroy 2 health worth of units. And they are going to go and sabotage both of our TIE fighters. So they get blown out of the sky by the Wookiee hit and run mission. So we still have a Star Destroyer, Super Star Destroyer, and 1 X-Wing there, and a whole pile of ground troops. So there's that. Alright, that was the Rebel Alliance doing a mission. Over now we go back to the Imperials and see what else we're going to try ourselves. Alright, and because we have Princess Leia captured, I think we're going to hold off on the capture Rebel Operative, because as soon as you capture another one, the one that was captured is considered to be escaped and released. So if we capture, say, the Wookiee, then Princess Leia will go free. I kind of like Princess Leia captured at the moment, so we're going to hold off on that one. But we are definitely going to go in here and do the long-range probe. Now I'm going to roll a die for this, because it says attempt in any system. If successful, the Rebel player must tell you if the Rebel base is in that system. This is not going to fail because they have nobody to resist us. So we're going to go ahead and do this, and we also get 2 automatic successes because we're taking Piet on the mission. So yeah, guaranteed success. We're going to get out the dice tray, we're going to roll it up, because in fairness, I know where the Rebel base is because I'm playing both sides. So we're just going to make a wild guess using an 8-sided dice. There's 8 sectors on the board, 1 through 8, and we'll see where we're going to go ahead and do this. Alright, so if we take a look at the giant galactic map, I go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for sectors. So we're just going to get out an 8-sided die here. And we're going to roll it up. We're going to see which sector we're going to send that out to. We're in Sector 8. So we're going to guarantee, we're going to find out the Rebel base, and that's the far one over here. So let's go ahead, we're going to pick a system in that area, and we're going to do the long-range probing. Alright, so we're going to have Piet here to, of course, Hoth. So we're just going to go here to Hoth, and the mission basically states, attempt in any system where we were successful. The Rebel player must tell you if the Rebel base is in this system. So, is the Rebel base in this system? And the Rebels say, nope, we're not in this system. And so we know now that Hoth and Endor do not contain the Rebel base, and we already knew from previous information that Malastare and Bespin do not have it either. Alright, back we go now to the Rebel Alliance. They got a couple more missions they're going to try. Alright, the Rebels are up to something. It's going to be Mon Mothma this time. We do have Palpatine to stop her, unless she's going on one of these missions, which then we're kind of hooped because we do not have Darth Vader or Palpatine have that symbol. So let's take a look, and we're going to see what this mission is. Alright, looks like our standard run-of-the-mill build an alliance mission. Attempt in any populous system. If there are Rebel units in the system, roll 2 additional dice. If successful, gain a loyalty in the system. Alright, let's find out where the Rebels are trying to drum up alliance. And it looks like they're attempting it way up here at Nal Hata. And we can try to oppose this if we wish. We have Palpatine, but we, I think, as the Empire, want to leave Vader and Palpatine to move ships and maybe do some battles. So I think we're just going to go ahead and we're going to say, yeah, you can have Nal Hata. It's going to let them build some extra units and stuff. but there it is, till they gain a loyalty in the system. So yeah, we're going to let that slide. Maybe that's a bad idea. We could also move in some of our ships here and subjugate it. We'll see. Anyway, that's a recurring mission, so that goes back into the Rebel Alliance player's hand. Up next is back to the Empire to see what we want to do next. Well, we have a couple of nice missions here. We will fear, we'll keep them in line. Attempt in any system that contains a Death Star, Star Destroyer, or Super Star Destroyer. If successful, gain a loyalty in 2 systems in this region. I do kind of like that, but I think we're going to not do that right now. I think what we're going to do is we're going to move some ships around. And yes, that's what we're going to... And it was just, oh, Star Destroyer, Super Star Destroyer. All right. Well, hang on. Gain 1 loyalty in 2 systems. We can actually knock the loyalty off 2 of the systems that the Imperials have already taken over. I wonder if that would be worth doing. I don't know. Let me think about this, and we're going to figure out where Tarkin is going to be going and keeping fear in line with the rebel scum. Alright, we're right here in our home system with Coruscant. We might as well go ahead and do this here. So Tarkin is just going to attempt in any system where there's a Death Star, Super Star Destroyer, or Star Destroyer. We have a Star Destroyer right here at Corellia, so we're going to go in this system. We're going to go ahead at Cato Nomadia, and that's where we're going to do the mission. Of course, we're not opposed because they have no leaders in their leader pool for the Rebel Alliance, so this is going to happen. Plus, we had +2 successes here anyway because we were using Tarkin. So, if successful, gain 1 loyalty in 2 systems in this region. That is freaking awesome. It means we're going to get loyalty in 2 of the systems, so we can pick what they are. And that's not subjugation, this is loyalty. So now, because of our Super Star Destroyer and Tarkin, Alderaan is now loyal to the Empire, and guess what? So is Cato Namodia, or however you pronounce it. Alright, back now to the Rebel Alliance. And the Rebel Alliance has 1 mission remaining with Obi-Wan Kenobi. What sneaky little thing is this guy up to? Oh dear, covert operation. Attempt in any system that contains Imperial units. If successful, draw 2 objective cards. Choose 1 to keep. Place the other on the bottom of the deck. Let's go see where he's going to do this. Alright, so it looks like Obi-Wan Kenobi is over here in Bespin doing his little covert operation, and we could oppose him with Palpatine, but like I said, I think we're going to leave our options open for moving ships around, so we're going to go ahead and do that. So if successful, the Rebel Alliance is going to draw 2 objective cards. They get to choose 1, put the other one on the bottom of the deck. We're not going to see that, of course, but that's what's going to happen. And then up next is going to be the Empire. Alright, well, we have capture a Rebel operative, which would mean if this is successful, which it will because the Rebel Alliance has no leaders to oppose us, it would mean Princess Leia goes free. I think we're not going to do Boba Fett. We probably should have not done this mission, but I kind of figured we might get Princess Leia rescued and then we would need to capture somebody else. But anyway, that kind of is not happening. So we have Palpatine, we have Darth Vader. We're going to take Darth Vader, and he's going to go ahead and advance some fleets out there because he's got the fleet and ground unit attack ability. So we're going to go ahead and have him go ahead and make some ships and stuff move. We're going to spread out and find out where the Rebel base is. Alright, well, things seem awfully suspicious up here at Rhodia because there's an awful buildup of Rebel forces. So we're just going to move in here with the lovely Super Star Destroyer, and we're going to take the TIE Fighter with us. I got quite a few space units, but we've got a Super Star Destroyer. Come on! And so I think we're going to leave the other Star Destroyer here. The Super Star Destroyer can carry 8 units. So it's carrying 1, the TIE Fighter, that can carry 7 more. So we're going to take the ground units, 2 AT-STs, and 2 troopers. And we're going to leave 1 trooper here on our subjugated planet. Because if we ever leave no units on a subjugated planet, it reverts back to neutral. So there we go. And we will leave the Star Destroyer here. Actually, we're going to leave 2 here. We're probably not going to win the ground battle, but we'll give it our best shot. We'll definitely wipe out some of the Imperial units. So we'll leave the Star Destroyer here with 2 ground units because we might want to move 1 somewhere else. Or do we want to do that? No, we're not going to. I keep waffling. We're going to send in all those ground units. We're going to leave the Star Destroyer there. All right, so we're up for now a space battle and then a ground battle. And Vader has, we can pull 2 cards for space combat and 3 for ground combat. So let's go ahead and drop those cards. I'm going to back the camera off a bit so we can have a look at them. Alright, so I've moved everything down from Rhodia, the ships and whatnot, so I can keep track of the hits and all of that stuff. Alright, so we are going to get 2 space combat cards. So I'll give this a little bit of a shuffle here. And we'll get 2 cards for the space combat. And when we get to the ground combat, we get to draw 3 cards because Darth Vader is there. There's a couple of cards that we have is defensive formation, block 1 damage, and also a critical hit, deal 1 damage. So cool. Alright, we get to rolling the dice. Our TIE Fighter is going to be rolling 1 black die, and the Super Star Destroyer rolls 2 black dice and 3 red dice. And keeping in mind, the Imperial player is not going to be able to negate them unless they roll, of course, the crossed lightsabers and they get to draw cards. Alright, so for the first attack, well, of course the Imperials are attacking. This is what we're going to have for hits. And we have actually some pretty crappy hits. So, although I'm not sure what the little unit here, it only has, oh wow, their transport has 2 red dice hits. The Corellian Corvette has 2 red dice hits, and the X-Wing and Y-Wing just have 1 black hit. So we don't have anything here, but we are going to play our deal 1 damage, so a critical hit. So go ahead and play that, which means we can deal a damage plus the, this is just 1 red hit, which is nice. So we can put 2 red hits on the Corellian fighter here, the direct hit and the red hit. So that's going to be able to destroy it. Nice, so that'll get out of here. And then we have we have 2 crossed lightsabers. So we're going to spend 1 of them right now to grab another space combat card. So that's what you can do. And we get no escape. During this combat round, your opponent cannot retreat. Oh, well, we're going to play this right now. There's no escape. So they cannot retreat. We should be able to blow everything out of the sky. And we also have another crossed light symbol, so we're going to use that. We're going to pull up another space combat card for that. The next one we get is Outmaneuver. It says discard 1 space tactic card from your hand to block up to 2 damage. Well, we don't need to do that right now, I don't think, but we're going to see what it is the Rebels do. So basically all of the dice we rolled there, the Super Star Destroyer, the 1 TIE Fighter, we actually did 2 damage, which is going to take out Corellian Corvette. They get, of course, to retaliate. They cannot retreat, though, which is nice. So for the X-Wing, they're going to be rolling a black die. So they're going to get 3 black dice for the 3 X-Wings. They are going to get 1 red die for the Y-Wing, and their Corellian Corvette gets a black and a red. So that's what they're rolling. 4 black, 2 red. Let's see what they get. And they get, well, they get quite a bit of stuff. They get 2 red hits, and they get a crossed lightsaber. They're going to spend their crossed lightsaber. They are going to draw a combat card. Of course, we're not going to see what it is unless they immediately play it. Well, okay. They can't play that one, so they're not going to. But they do have 2 red hits. Of course, they're going to put that against the Super Star Destroyer. So our TIE Fighter is still still in there. So we have 2 hits now on the Super Star Destroyer. The Super Star Destroyer has 6 red health, so we're not in any immediate danger of having that blown out of the sky, although they did a pretty good job. So that's the end of the first round of space combat, and now we get rid of casualties, and unfortunately, the Corellian Corvette for them is no more. We have blown out of the sky. They cannot retreat from the Rhodia system, and so we continue on. So once again, we're going to keep rolling. I'm just going to stop the camera because I don't want to have it filming for too much in a row, and then we're going to come back and we're going to do the second round of combat. Alright, so you didn't really see anything there, but we're going to be doing the second combat. So once again, a black die for the TIE Fighter, and we get 2 black and 3 red for the Super Star Destroyer, which is going to be our total dice pool here. 3 and 3. And once again, we'll be attacking the rebel scum in space. We get a direct hit and a black hit. So we're going to put the black hit on an X-wing. That will destroy it. Actually, no, we're going to put the one hit on the Y-wing because it can hit our Super Star Destroyer more easily. And then we have a direct hit. We're going to use the crossed symbols first to go ahead and grab another space combat card. And this one is going to be unstoppable. So during the space battle step, your opponent cannot block damage. Ooh, okay, but we need another crossed lightsaber. To do that, we have another direct hit. So we're going to go ahead and hit an X-wing with a direct hit, which means we can possibly knock a couple of their attack ships out of the sky. And of course, they do now get to retaliate, and we only had block of damage, discard a card to block up to 2 damage, and etc. Alright, so they are going to fire back, of course, the next round. So they have 3 X-wings, so that's 3 black dice, and they have a Y-wing, 1 yellow, and yep, they're just going to go ahead and see what they can do against our massive Super Star Destroyer. It looks like they get a red hit, so they're going to put 1 red hit on the Super Star Destroyer and the black hit on the TIE Fighter. Alright, however, we're going to say not so fast because we are going to go ahead and play this card, discard 1 space tactic card in your hand to block up to 2 damage. We are going to get rid of the defensive formation, which is a card. So we're going to discard this card to play outmaneuver, which blocks 2 damage. Nicely done. So we're going to block the 2 damage. Boom, nothing happens. And it's the end of the combat round. And the Imperial player, or the Rebel Alliance, can't do anything, so their Y-wing and their X-wing are blown out of the sky. And remember, they cannot retreat. So they have 2 X-wings left and their transport. Back we go again. Black die for the TIE Fighter. 2 and 3 for our Super Star. That Super Star Destroyer is just wrecking it. Alright, let's see what we get for our next combat round. And we get 2 red hits, which is actually enough to hit the carrier, because their carrier has 2 health as far as, yeah. So we're going to hit the carrier for 2 health. Boom. And what else can we play? Yeah, that's all we have. We have no rerolls, nothing. So our Super Star Destroyer is now targeting that. Back we go to Rebel Alliance. They just have 2 X-wings, 2 black dice, and they roll 1 black hit. So they will hit our TIE Fighter. And we have nothing to do to block it. So boom, at the end of this combat round, we destroy their carrier. It is out of the sky, and we lose our TIE Fighter. So now it's Super Star Destroyer versus 2 X-wings, and we're going to go into another round of combat. And yes, many people have said the combat in this is kind of fiddly. It's not bad. It's not too bad. So we're going to be rolling 2 black dice, 3 red for the Super Star Destroyer. Next round of combat. Again, they cannot retreat. And we get 3 red hits. So boom, boom, we have the big guns firing, and the X-wings are just buzzing around, laughing in our face, because we did not hit them at all, and there's nothing we can do with cards. Alright, the 2 X-wings fire back, and they get 1 direct hit. So, alright, you can picture this battle happening. Now we have 3 hits on our Super Star Destroyer, and there's nothing else we can do. Boom, next round of combat. Come on, we got 2 black and 3 red for the Super Star Destroyer. We should be able to pick off these pesky little dudes. Oh my god, we have so many. So we're going to pick a red one. That's going to pick us another card. I should probably put the deck over here where I can get to it. Another red card. We have deal 1 damage. Boom, we're going to play that. Because why wouldn't we? That deals 1 damage to an X-wing. Boom, that X-wing has been hit. And then we also have, well, we have more of these. We'll keep playing cards until we run out of that. Brilliant strategy. Draw 2 tactic cards from either deck, or 1 from each. Oh my god, we're going to play this right now. We're going to pull 2 ground tactic cards. The reason we're going to do that is because we're going to get to pull 3 more here in a second. 1, 2. We're not going to look at them right now. So we already have 2 tactic ground cards for our ground battle. Because of that card we played. And we do have a direct black hit. That's going to be a direct hit on the X-wing. Boom. And we have another card. We can draw another space tactic card, and that is deal 1 damage to up to 2 different ships. Okay, but we need the crossed lightsaber symbol to do it. Lots of talking, lots of dice rolling. It takes a little while to do the combat. All right, so the X-Wings are going to fire back, and they get, oh my god, a valiant, holy man, a valiant effort. 2 direct hits on, wow, 2 direct hits on our Super Star Destroyer. That's going to give it a total of 5 hits, so it's smoking and burning in space. So we have 6 health. That's the end of the combat round. The 2 X-Wings have been destroyed. There's nothing the Rebel Alliance player could do. All of our space combat cards now go back to the deck because we're finished with space combat. And I'm just going to heal the ship, or should I? Yeah, I guess I'm going to heal the ship because at the end of combat, there's nothing left in space, so the Super Star Destroyer would then heal. Boom! All right, it had 1 health remaining. Boy, we got super lucky there that they didn't actually destroy our Super Star Destroyer, but they didn't. And then up next is going to be the ground combat. And oh my god, I'm going to have to check the length of time on this video because we might do the ground combat in the next video. I think this is getting a little long in the tooth. We do have 3 ground combat cards to pull. We've already pulled 2, so we're going to pull 3 more. We're going to have a total of 5 going into it. That'll be for the next episode. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to look at the 5 combat cards. And once again, I think I'm going to move all the ground units out into space here, just so I can roll dice and assign hits more easily. Of course, everything's happening in Rhodia, so they actually have quite a few stuff. They got 2 speeders, a couple of troopers. We have 2 ATSTs and 2 troopers. All right, let's take a look at our ground combat cards. We have Brilliant Strategy. Draw 2 tactic cards from either deck or 1 from each deck. Okay, well, we're not doing that. Bombardment. Deal a damage equal to the red attack value of 1 of your ships. Oh my god. We have a 3 for Super Star Destroyer. Reroll up to 2 of your dice. We got that twice, and a critical hit. Deal a damage. We're in good shape. Vader is doing a good job of leading the assault. But I am going to leave it off there for today. So I'm going to back the camera out. I know we're sort of mid-battle here. We took out the Rebel Alliance fleet. Absolutely crushed it. They don't have anything left in the sky except 1 little ship, X-Wing at Coruscant. So I'm going to zoom out. We're going to wrap up our episode for today. When we come back next time, we will continue with the ground battle at Rhodia with Vader in there and see what happens. Oh boy, lots of stuff happening. So we still have Palpatine to move stuff around next time. But we are in the midst of a battle, but I'm going to leave it off here because I'm going on like a 30-minute episode here, which is much longer than I expected. So thanks so much for watching. Thanks for your comments, subscriptions, and likes. This is Star Wars Rebellion. We're playing as the evil Empire. We've knocked everything out of the sky at Rhodia, and we're just about to commence a ground battle. So we'll see what happens in the next episode. So thanks so much, and we'll see you then for Star Wars Rebellion. We are playing the Empire.